birthday party.
Exactly.
This is the piece that does it.
Also, there's a fluidity about it. Think about, again, the festivities, the New Year's, the holiday. And, you know, and this is bling, but it's not so big.
No, it's not overwhelming.
Yeah, it's neat.
Right.
And, you know, if you're sitting
Very
at church at Christmas Eve, if you're like our church, I have people from behind several pews. They literally stare at my joy because I'm shining. You know, I ran into somebody at a party and she's like, "Oh my gosh!" Like every year I go there and you're like, "Oh, shiny."
Oh, shiny.
From behind, I can see your head.
I want to be that. This
you
want to
be
that. Will get you noticed too. This one, now this one you let the ruby be the centerpiece.
Yes.
This is genuine ruby. That's beautiful white topaz and black onyx. This is $100 off. Look at that beautiful vermeil. It's on 5 flex. Every aspect of this absolutely stunning. The 5 flex is just for today. So for $25, you can get this home and have it on your hand and be shiny and sparkly like Victoria is at church. But what a beautiful design. This one is so unique. Every one of your pieces is so different and it says something different about you.
It does say something different about you when you choose. And jewelry should, because it's an emotional connection. Whenever I travel, I look for inspiration. I learn. Whenever I travel, I hire tour guides and everything, I learn. But I also get inspiration from the region. And so this is, you know, my trip to London when I saw the Tower of London. And, you know, I went to the same trip onto Scotland, Edinburgh, the Stirling Castle. So when you look at these pieces, you look at, you know, the hand. These are all, did you know that this is not enamel, this is actually black onyx carved.
That's a lot of onyx. I mean, when I first saw it, I thought it was
that is carved out to fit this. So again, you know, in the regal sense, they were able to do whatever they wanted, and they still did the black and red, and you know, it's a color of passion, it's color of royalty, it's color of the precious, you know, the precious stones. So if you like pieces that are very, very different, and you like things that, you know, like you can't go to your normal store, you can't go to like a department store or your mall store and find anything that looks like this.
No.
Because somebody's gonna have to sketch this out, and somebody, you know, like somebody who's traveled and come back. And, you know, I love also look at all the little, this almost looks like, you know, the ironworks from the Buckingham Palace when you look at all that regalia and the tradition. So again, I combined the mood of everything, all my surroundings. Whenever our buyers go to trade shows and everything, we do all the trade shows. Yes, we work on the floor and everything, but I go out of the city, I take pictures of the wrought iron gates, I take pictures of the drapes, I look at the texture, I look at the mood of the city, I look at all that, and then you have that piece. So when you wear this piece, it's not like a stone stuck on there on 4 prongs, which is what we see a lot.
Right.
And, you know, but you get the artistry, you get the originality, you get the history, right? And then you also get your personality. You know, what kind of a person are you? Would you like things that are different and unique, that have beautiful, precious value to it, that you can pass out to pass along to somebody later? I mean, I think of, you know, like my daughter, like right now she's 23, so, you know, she's not sure, but although she's a real astute student of history, she loves to travel with me. And then, you know, interesting, when you see her in a store, she's like, "Oh, I don't know." But when we go there and I go, "Remember when we went to London and I saw this and that and I saw the Buckingham Palace and I put that all in one ring?" She's like, "Oh my gosh, that's great. I want to have it." So, you know, it's like when you put that context.
Seeing it through, right?
Yeah, you know, and then you're experiencing. And so I would like you, all of you at home, to experience some of, you know, the world's finest. And by the way, this is $129. When are you going to get hand-carved onyx, right? Hand-carved.
And a genuine ruby.
Genuine ruby, right?
And then white topaz.
All the multi-prongs on the bottom of it. I just think that this kind of piece, like if you were like, you know, a Town and Country magazine or something, you'd be looking at another digit on top of it.
Easily, easily. Well, if you are size 8 or 11, you are going to want to purchase right now because your sizes are getting very limited. $25 to get this home. We also have coordinating earrings. We'll show those to you in just 1 second. But this is that statement. It says something about you. Maybe it's time to mix it up a little bit. Maybe you like that traditional look, but you want a fine gemstone look that mixes it up. You don't want to go to that teeny bopper store and get something that's, you know, fakey. This is genuine gemstones set in genuine vermeil. And absolutely every aspect of it stunning because it's crafted by a fine jeweler and a jewelry designer. And I love, Victoria, that you bring us designs that are inspired from all of your travels. That's why every single piece looks so different. I can't look at a piece and say, Victoria Wieck designed that. It looks just like her other pieces.
Right,
you know
exactly,
what I mean? Because everything is that you're an
Everything
artist.
is a moment in time. Everything is a moment in time. For instance, like a lot of times I'll go, for example, I went from Pompeii to Istanbul to Venice. And you know what I didn't realize? When I booked it, I didn't realize this, but when I realized was Julius Caesar actually went from Rome to Istanbul because that was, you know, Constantine eventually ended up having his empire there. But in between, Pompeii was his playing ground. So a lot of the artifacts went from basically Rome to Pompeii to Istanbul, and then when all the Ottoman Turks and all that stuff, it ended up, they came back to Venice. So when I did a piece that actually told a story, you know, so you have, like this piece to me, a little bit of the St. Sophia in Istanbul, but this could also be St. Petersburg, because a lot of artists at the time, that was the first time they were able to actually start to travel. You know, that's the first time when they actually had ships and things where they were able to travel. So they all brought back things and they interpreted. So there was, it's a really, this could also be like St. Petersburg, Russia.
I can see
so
that.
to me, this is somebody, no matter who you are, this is that piece that you start a conversation with and go, my gosh, you know, like this reminds me of this, it reminds you of that, and it's just an incredible piece. I just love it. And just
unlike anything else, really.
Just wear it with all black. Valerie's wearing all black. Did we ever show it? I mean, Sue is wearing all black. Did you see her?
Yep, yeah, it looked beautiful on Sue. And it changes the look. Every time she puts on a different piece of jewelry, it just completely changes.
Look at her. Okay, we're gonna show it to her. I mean,
far away
doesn't
and
she
you
look
can see it.
especially stunning? I mean, you know what, Sue, that's your look, girl. That's her look, don't you think? She looks awesome.
Absolutely gorgeous. $100 off of the ring. We're just gonna mention the earrings because we have only 4 pair.